right, welcome to the channel. Welcome, and thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. As you can see on your bottom left, we are now sitting at 1,000 subscribers on the dot. Keep coming, guys, keep subscribing. Let's go for the next milestone. Let's go for 2, for 3, for 4 and all that. Thank you very much for supporting me in this channel, especially for the work that I put in. So the sound that you just heard is coming from one of my latest collections. It's coming from one of my latest collections. It's called Jazzy. Jazzy Suit the Sound. You know, sometimes I like to make that music that will capture or the emotions, you know, try to paint a picture whereby whoever that is listening and that instrumental, whoever is listening to that song will be taken somewhere, be it maybe something they are going through, or it's the experiences they are currently going through in their lives. But the kind of sounds that I'm trying to put out there is sounds that will motivate people and captivate that faith in people, you know, so that they think positively and turn their lives around, you know. So that's the sound that you hear in the background. So what I was actually thinking is, I think maybe there is some people who are really interested to see my workflow as far as producing this music, because I do everything by myself. I compose, I write, I work on the sounds, the structure, the type of sounds I use, the arrangements and everything, and up until mastering, where I feel like it's in a point where I can share it with the public to hear, you know. And for distribution, I use DistroKid. I use DistroKid for distributing my sound. So let's dive in straight to FL Studio so that we can see what I started with, how did the instrumental come about, and all that. So all right, so this is the session. So as you can see in pattern 1, I have a choir. The choir is coming from Expand. This plugin here, it came with my MIDI, the M audio. You know, it's nice sometimes to buy this piece of hardware, because they come with either a software that you can use or some plugins. So this one came, the M audio came with Expand. There was also another plugin for strings, you know, and also came with Ableton Live Lite, which is a limited version of Ableton, which I'm also trying on the side, as you would have seen in my videos. So I put this choir here, and the strings also coming from this plugin as well. So it plays like this. Yeah, something simple like that. So I layered these two plugins, the string and the choir. So you'll see the choir is forward, and then I just put the strings just at the back. So if we go to the tracks, track number 11, you can see the choir is a bit you see the gain is there about right number 0.5, and then for the strings is around -3 dB. But also I pulled it down here as well, and you can see in the channel rec I also pulled down a bit. So in the channel rec the gain is at number -13 dB. So it's those two. For the sake of listening, let me, on my master, I think let me reduce the soft scale. Maybe I can leave the soft clip on. All right, so I layered these two sounds here. So let's listen. Yeah, with the panning that is happening in these two sounds, when you're listening to it, you can hear that the choir is right on your left and then the strings are on your right. That's one of the things that is nice about music production. To make space for some sounds, you just need to use panning, because especially these ones, they are more like in the same ranges. So I used panning so that there is separation between the two, you know. So that was one. And then I believe I then went to pattern number 2. Pattern number 2 has got drums, which I think I can have 2 or more drum variations. Okay, now these are the drums. So what sounds did I use here? So I have this kick here, this kick number 3, which I believe, so what I did with this kick, I threw there a compressor just to compress it a little bit, to tame it. And then there was a parametric EQ. You will see in my parametric EQ, I boosted a tiny portion of the frequency around the lows there, because there's something that I really wanted here, and I could only get that after doing that, you know. I don't know, I can't explain it, you know. It just felt so good. You know, let me just mute this kick so that we can hear it. Now I'm gonna remove this, and then there is that. It's more like the sub of this kick. I wanted it to just come out. I don't know, but I kind of liked it. And then you will hear that most of these drums, they have what I would call a reverb, because that was the purpose of the beat, you know, because the reverb just creates this atmosphere, and for the instrument or the sounds to sound like it's in a space, you know. That's what I also wanted. It's one of the texture that I wanted to throw in this instrument here. Now, most of my sounds that I played here, you will see that they are audio. I was using the Koch, a keyboard arranger, Koch PA600. So I selected those instruments there, so I played them. You will see that I played from start of the beat with this flute here, for instance. I played from the start to the finish. Now let's go with a roll. All right, now I started. Let's go to the song. So after I've done this, and I've decided on my drums there, because when you produce with FL Studio, most of the time you'll just have that loop, you know, where you will throw your idea, you will throw in your idea, you will then put the drums and everything, and then you can add from there. So that's what happened. So I had this chord here from expand, and then I put some drums there and everything. So what I did, building from that, now I came to the arrangement. I arranged it a little bit, and then one of the things that I threw in was the E piano. I also selected from the keyboard arranger. Let's hear how it. Let's hear it alone. It sounds so good. Yeah. All right, that's about it. So with this one, I just repeated it from the start of the beat to the finish. Now the next thing that I did was throwing in the flute there, so it comes in around the second bar. You can hear that all these sounds, they have a reverb. Yeah, the aim for this instrumental was so that it's just simple, not complicated. You can see, but even with my arrangement, I think I used about one. I'm not gonna count the automation clip. I'm not gonna count it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just about 8 tracks, and that's it. I did not put anything. So another sound that I have here, let's go to pattern number 13. So it's actually pattern number 4. Let's see. You can see even with the bass, it's just pattern 4, meaning there are no variations there. It's just this bass. I just put it to play it all the way. So the bass that I use, the bass sound that I use, now I'm gonna share the source now. The stock plugin. Don't sleep on the stock plugins, right? So I use the Simpsons. I like this bass, the bass deep. So there is some bass sounds here. You can see the bass acoustic, there is bass deep. So the one I like, there is bass deep XQ, there is bass good range, and bass. You can select the bass maybe that best fit your sound or the track you are making during that time. So I did not let this bass go alone because I wanted to capture that low end there. I layered it with the sub bass. So with the sub bass, you can always do your own with the stock plugin, which is 3 times oscillator. You just lower everything in terms of these channels, and then you will get that low sound. If it's still not low, just go to the range there. If it's from C5, you'll take it to C7. You just change the octave, or C6, whatever. You will get that. An alternative to that is you can just come to the piano roll. You take it from the high notes, you put it in the low notes. You can hear this one's just there in the back. It's not too much. So when they go together, it goes like this. That's about that. And then I have a piano there. That's it. So you know that I was sometimes it came in and then I would just take it out, and at some point I would bring it in, And sometimes a loop like this, a piano loop like this, you would hear in those the old trap beats, where there's just a simple repeating note or melody. So when they come together, of course, like this now is still not complete. That's what I felt. It's not complete. There is still more that I need to do, especially with the percussions, because the percussions now will take it from this level and just stop it and take it to another level. So I still on the keyboard arranger, or as an alternative for that, if you own as well, let me see, if you own this plugin here from Koch, thing, the M1, if you own this M1, you can always go to I think it's program or global, you go to browser, you go to drum kits. There is sorry for that. So there's numerous drums there that you can always play on your MIDI if you own a MIDI, just to spice up your beat, to put those percussions, the filler drums and everything. So this is what I played with this one. You can hear there at the back, I put those cymbals, those hi-hats, the crashes, and then sometimes the snares, the rims and everything, you know, those congos, you know, you just put it in the back because think about it when you are in a cave. You know, those sounds, you know, the reverb behind them and everything, you know, it makes it sound like spooky and everything. I was just trying to capture that. Let's play it. Just simple, nothing hectic. Nothing hectic. You hear the drop. It's building up. 1, 2, 3. Woo. These are the percussions that I do. They make it feel like there is a live drama or something, especially those sounds they were captured live, you know, unlike when I would put a hi-hat in the channel rack like this one. So this is the hi-hat and percussions that I put in for this one to go together with those percussions there. And of course, what I did now with the automation, I just automated the volume there so that the volume will be high in the first part of the track, and then when everything now comes in, they will just go and stack there in the background. But it's not only that, as the track goes to the end, they go up, and they end up in the original level. Well, that's one of the things that I thought, you know what, be creative. It didn't end there as far as percussions go. There is also percussions that are put in here. To go together with this one. I think that's the reason I decided to put those ones in the background, because I wanted these ones to get a time to shine as well. So when they go together, Yeah, I ended there in this note here. So it was really the synthesizing part and the playing of the flute throughout the instrument was the most amazing things, because you can see that I did not patch it, I did not repeat it, I was just improvising I didn't practice it first, I was just improvising all the time, and I just liked the take. Which is one of the benefits, of being of practicing and being able to play the keys, because sometimes there's things you cannot do. Believe me, there's things you just can't do by just there's things you just can't do by clicking and double clicking on the piano roll. It just takes time, and sometimes you won't even get anything that is that good. You will need to be really, really good to be able to do that, and you will need most of the time. But just playing with your keyboard, you'll just capture everything. So basically, that's the instrumental. And on my channel, let me just take you to my channel. Hold up, let me switch screens. Let's switch screens. That's the welcome for either people who are coming in this channel for the first time, or the people who are repeat visitors to the channel. You have access to this main page here. So what happens on this main page, when you land here, you will see that there is a section for releases. Some songs I won't really upload videos in my main channel, but they will come through via the releases. When I publish my tracks via DistroKid, that's when you will get to see them here under releases, or you can come to the options here and click to releases. There you will see all the music that I have put out there, all the music that is available, the tracks that I hosted, I published for you to listen to. You are going to find them in this page, the releases. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing and turn on those that notification so that you don't miss out when I put up new content. Have a great day. You take care.